Hey, come see us in Ashland, Virginia, Athens, Georgia, Irvine, California, and Ontario, California. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for those tickets. Hi, everybody. I have special guests with us. Maybe you know him. It's Russ Dobular, co-host of the Due Dissidence Show on YouTube, Rumble, and Substack, and frequent guest host of the Jimmy Dore Show. Please welcome Russell Dobular. Hey, Russ.
Hey, how you doing, Jimmy?
Fantastic. So this is the big news. AstraZeneca COVID vaccine withdrawn globally after the company acknowledges in court documents that the vaccine had induced dangerous side effects of thrombosis. Let's watch some. This was put together by Milk Bar TV. Let's watch this.
The World Health Organization says there's no reason to stop the use of the Oxford AstraZeneca coronavirus vaccine. The statement comes after Bulgaria, Romania and Thailand joined 3 Scandinavian countries in suspending inoculations with this particular vaccine.
That's 6 countries. That's at that moment, at that time. This was from a while ago. That was 6 countries. Right? Am I right about that? Let me.
The statement comes after Bulgaria, Romania and Thailand joined 3 Scandinavian countries in suspending inoculations with this particular vaccine. They were reacting to reports of blood clots in some people who'd received the shot, although there is no evidence of any link.
No evidence.
We can say that, yes, blood clots are happening after vaccination, but they're almost certainly not caused by the
certainly
vaccinations.
Not.
There's nothing to suggest a causal link between clots and the vaccine.
There's nothing to suggest it.
So there seems no reason to be worried about either vaccine being used in the UK rollout.
AstraZeneca admits COVID vaccine can cause rare side effect. They're currently admitted in court for the first time that the COVID jab can cause a deadly blood clotting side effect.
AstraZeneca has told a British court that its COVID vaccine can cause a rare side effect which can lead to blood clots and low platelet count. The company is currently facing a barrage of class action suits in the UK.
And so now AstraZeneca is withdrawing their COVID vaccine this is months after admitting in court of the side effect. Rare. What's the definition of rare? That'd be interesting. Somebody should look that up. AstraZeneca says it will withdraw COVID-19 vaccine globally as the demand has slipped. I mean, after you admit it caused blood clot, well, the demand went down. The secret of freedom lies in educating people, whereas the secret of tyranny is in keeping them ignorant. Remember that. So they're just saying it's because of demand went down. I wonder why demand went down. I wonder why those 6 countries, before you admitted that it caused blood clots, I wonder why those 6 countries withdrew that vaccine. I wonder why. 6 countries. And the WHO is still saying, go get them. Let's see. So, as you might have heard, AstraZeneca asked in March of 2024 to have their COVID-19 shots products approval withdrawn from the European EMA. So it was not the European Union who decided to withdraw their approval due to the damage they caused people. But why did they? Well, back in 2021, the EMA recommended that the COVID-19 vaccine AstraZeneca for authorization in the EU. It was authorized. That was back in January of 2021. They authorized it like that. But then the committee investigated cases of thromboembolic events, but claimed the vaccine's benefits currently still outweighed the risks. Denmark, Norway, and Iceland suspended the use of the product. That was in March of 2021. It got approved in January. In March, those 3 countries suspended it. Many EU countries resumed the use of AstraZeneca's product, but restricted it to people above, you had to be a certain age. Does that make any sense to anybody? You had to be older to take it. What? That was in March of 2021. Back to the study. The EMA has requested AstraZeneca to perform multiple risk assessments of their products. It is all mentioned here. When did they do that? They did that back in 2021. One of the clinical trials was phase 3 randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled, multi-center study in adults to determine the safety, efficacy, and immunogenicity of that It's a non-replicating, whatever that is, for the prevention of COVID-19. So the study started on August of 2020. They were supposed to complete it by March of 2021. But it didn't get completed until March of 2023. I wonder why they delayed it. And it didn't get submitted until November of 2023, last November. So they were asked to do that back in 2021, and they were supposed to have it done by 2021. They didn't. Isn't that interesting? And so if you look at it, by the way, these are the numbers. So here's the 21,587 people given the vaccine, 10,000, so roughly half the people that were given the vaccine were given a placebo. Well, look at after the first dose, they had 5,736 adverse events, and in the placebo, they had 1,926. So it should be less than that. I mean, this should be less. So it was more than double, is what I'm saying. And all these numbers, that's what they tell you. So they knew this. There's another study, same thing. They did 2,000 people versus 1,000 people. And look at 1,250 adverse events after the first dose, only 173 in the placebo group. That's way higher than half. So they gave half the people a placebo and double those people the vaccine. That's way more than double the adverse events. That's way more. Same thing here, 120 to 977 after the second dose. That's way more than double. Keeps going all the way down. And how do we get here?
A key goal is to stop the transmission so that you get almost no infection going on whatsoever.
So he laughs because he knows he's lying. There's a term for that. When someone laughs when they're lying. There's a term for that. I can't remember what it is. But he does that all the time. Why would he lie about that? Why would he laugh about that anyway?
Right.
Let's say he wasn't lying, but that is why he's laughing. Let's say, why would you laugh about, we want to give you the vaccine so it stops the transmission? Why would you laugh about that? He laughs about that because that's an unconscious tick, what someone does when they know they're lying. Want to see it again? Here it is.
A key goal is to stop the transmission so that you get almost no infection going on whatsoever.
Why would you laugh? It's called duper's delight. That's the term for what he just did.
Expectation for vaccines is not to get infected.
A vaccinated person gets exposed to the virus does not infect them.
When the virus gets to you, you stop it.
You're not going to catch it, you're not going to get sick, you're not going to transmit it.
So then why did they need other people to take that vaccine in the first place? If they thought if you take it, you're not going to get it, you're not going to get sick, and you're not going to transmit it, then why do you need someone else to take it? Never made sense to me.
Vaccine is absolutely bulletproof.
Vaccines block you from getting and giving the virus.
100% effective.
100% effective.
A vaccine prevents you from getting infected.
It is to keep you from getting it and then spreading it.
We have the ability to stop COVID in its tracks.
You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations.
Biden. So that was always a lie, because as got revealed at the European Parliament hearing, the executive for Pfizer said, we never tested to see if it stopped transmission. We never even tested it. I want to show you one more video. Here is Dr. Fauci talking about how long it takes to approve a new vaccine. And they're asking him about an AIDS vaccine. And listen to what he says, how long it takes.
You take it and then a year goes by and everybody's fine. Okay, that's good. Now let's give it to 500 people.
So first you give it to like 30 people and you wait a year, and after a year and everybody's fine. Okay, now let's give it to 500 people. And then what do you do?
A year goes by and everything's fine. Say, well, then now let's give it to thousands of people. And then you find out that it takes 12 years for all hell to break loose. And then what have you done?
12 years. So what I've been told by my doctor who's treating me I go, so am I out of the woods on this now? And he said, Jimmy, we won't know for another 10 years. We don't know what all the effects are going to be for another 10 years. That's exactly what he just said. Then after 10, 12 years, he says, all hell breaks loose. Anyway, let me bring in Russell Dobular. And any comment on that? I know this isn't your area, but it is certainly is mine because I got vaccine injured and I got informed. And that's when I found out everybody was lying about everything. They were lying about masks. They were lying about herd immunity, natural immunity, transmission, contraction, the origin of the virus, about funding the virus. There wasn't a thing they didn't lie about. Lockdowns, no science behind any of it. 6-foot distance, no science behind any of it.
Well, I talked to you about this. I think I got injured too. I have like a clicking in my jaw after I got it that I never had before after I got the vaccine. They did a very good job scaring the shit out of people. I have always personally been deeply suspicious of crowds. I've always been very suspicious of what people are capable of conforming to. And that really demonstrated it. And hey, they got a lot of us. They got people like me and you who are naturally skeptical too, because you're hearing all these stories about people on the respirator dying. And of course, that gets to you. If I had it to do over again, I absolutely would not have gotten it. It's common sense. Yeah. We're living in a time where our institutions are hopelessly corrupt. And you can really trust that these guys rushed out a vaccine in a year that's safe. It's now in hindsight, it seems foolish to have ever. When I hear people, Tucker Carlson, when he was interviewing, who was that? Ice Cube, where he asked him, "Did you get the vaccine?" And Tucker Carlson said, "Hell no." I was jealous. I was like, "Yeah, man. I mean that's common sense. That's absolutely what we all should have done." But a lot of us, even people who should have known better, even someone like me who is very skeptical of groupthink, I got that vaccine. I wish I didn't. I hope in 10 years our heads don't explode.
I almost died in 2006 from a bone disease that was misdiagnosed for 3 years. And when I finally got it diagnosed by a genius, all those people, those same people who helped me and they told me I should take it. The guy the doctor who saved my life handed me off to, when I was getting the vaccine, that guy was there. He was at the clinic over in Pasadena at the Huntington Hospital. He was there. And before the nurse gave me the shot, they have like 20 people sitting around, nurses giving fucking shots left and right. And I said, "Hey, come here, doctor." He came over to me and I go, you remember me, right? I just saw you. He goes, yeah. I go, you know my condition, my bone? He goes, yeah. I go, is this safe for me? And he goes, yeah.
Uh-huh.
That was it. No, he didn't go, well, Jimmy, normally it takes 10 years and, they didn't do the stage 2, 3, 4. He didn't say anything. He's like, yeah, good. You're all good. And then when I went back to him, I had to go back to him for a follow-up after I was injured. He acted like I didn't say. When I told him, I go, yeah, I took that vaccine, I got injured. He acted like he didn't hear me.
So a lot of people are just desperate to show you how much they conform to establishment principles. I mean, you had all these people putting up their pictures with the Band-Aids because I trust the science. All right, so why do you have to make a show of it? Because that's what it's about for you. It's about the show. And unfortunately, I hope we all don't pay for it in the worst way, as these stories that are coming out now show. A lot of people already are paying for it. We might be paying for it in ways we haven't even realized yet. It's a lesson. It's a lesson for, I think, everybody. As much as you might be skeptical of groupthink, you probably weren't skeptical enough. I would never trust something like that again. I would never trust a narrative like that again. And frankly, that's dangerous. it is dangerous that there is no authority that people can trust anymore in a situation like that. Who do you turn to?
So I trust all the people who got censored. I trust people like Dr. Robert Malone, Dr. Pierre Corey, Dr. McCullough. Those are the people I trust. I trust Joe Rogan more than I trust the FDA, the CDC, Fauci, CNN, MSNBC. Those are the people I trust. And I also trust myself now to look into it.
Yep.
Because that is, but by the way, it is a fantastic vaccine, though. I don't know what.
Very safe and effective.
Very safe and effective. It'll keep you from getting certainly ill and hospitalized and death. And if there's side effects, but they are rare. And I guess it depends on what definition of rare you're using. Hey, come see us do a live show. We're going to be in Denver, Colorado, May 11th. Los Angeles, California, doing a live panel show with a celebrity panel and video. Ashland, Virginia, Athens, Georgia, Rutherford, New Jersey, with Max Blumenthal. Minneapolis, Minnesota, Ontario, California, Irvine, California, Chicago, Illinois, with another celebrity panel, live video show in Chicago, and Grand Rapids, Michigan. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.